StaticTokyo-san, bye!
Now, Aurora Live VR. An agency with a fuck ton of issues dating back years from now. You thought Accio Error or Whacker was bad? It just keeps getting worse. Arguably. Speaking of Accio Error, we also see a familiar face in the story as well, so stay tuned. False ID did a video on this company that I think was very well done, and y'all know I'm very critical of news VTubers like False ID and Kyo, etc. But if you want straight up info and want to go more in depth, go to his video, link in the description, because I'm not a news VTuber. I basically give my thoughts on issues and try to make a funny hee hee ha ha moment out of it. That's me, metal pipe sound. Laughing yet? Anyway, that doesn't mean I don't take any of this shit seriously. This company is absolutely disgusting. And I'm going to split this video into sections, mostly because it's easier to write the script that way. Anyway, let's get into—
Look at this dude.
Wow, y'all really cut me off. Well, Aurora Live VR is a Chinese-based agency with approximately 200 talents, which is fucking wild. They have tried to go into the English market 3 times. 3 separate times. And the funny part is, the talent that wasn't even in the EN branch, China brand Serafina was the big hitter globally, with numbers similar to Niji Sanji's Vox Akuma at a certain point. And yeah, that's kind of all I got for the background. I could say more, but that would spoil the other sections. Remember Serafina? I literally just talked about her a few seconds ago. Yeah, her YouTube isn't or wasn't monetized. And you're probably looking at the numbers and saying, the fuck you mean it's not monetized? These videos got thousands if not millions of views with 140k subs to boot. Which is true, her YouTube is going crazy, but her company didn't put AdSense on her YouTube account for so long. It's hard to tell if she made bank off of the buzz of her popular videos, which is a big loss of revenue for the talent and even the company if they take a cut of YouTube revenue, which I'm willing to bet that they do, but that's honestly just a suspicion, not a fact, so don't sue me. There was also a bit of conflict with the 3 EN VTubers they have this year, 2 of which being Yumi Hikari and Lillian Shizukan. Basically, Lillian goes on a hiatus for health issues, and then appears on Yumi's stream, basically talking about some issues within the company. Especially with the 3rd EN talent, which I think I know who they're talking about, but I'm not gonna point fingers. Apparently, the 3rd talent would talk shit about the other person. Basically, if they were talking to Yume, they would talk shit about Lillian. If they're talking to Lillian, they would talk shit about Yume. Which, if this is true, did it not come across their mind that Lillian and Yume would, like, I don't know, talk to each other? As a professional shit talker, I'm disappointed for not talking shit to the other person's face and then doing it behind someone's back in the dumbest way. You basically wanted to get caught here. Lillian and Yume basically said to management, yo, we don't fuck with this person, can we stay away from them? Management basically said, yeah, that's all cool and shit. And then turn around and ask them to do some collabs with the 3rd person.
Is this nigga serious or what?
In through one ear out the other, that's what I saw right there. That shit was, that's crazy.
My bounty is over 100,000. Can you fight that bitch?
Basically, this company didn't really support the talents that well, but wanted so much out of them, which is why some of the talents stated that they felt more like an indie VTuber than anything. They allegedly had to stream 60 hours a month, which sounds crazy to me, but I'm an indie, so I'm probably overreacting, and plus I don't even stream like 10 hours a month, if anything at all, really. But with the expectation to stream 60 hours a month, the agency didn't really give them anything to help. No assets, no overlays, no emotes, nada, nothing, 0. They expected the talent to pay out of pocket for all of that. Maybe if the company was smaller, I could see it, but they aren't. They have approximately 200 VTubers. The fuck are you doing? This agency also has artists on hand to help out with models and stuff, but the talent also has to pay out of pocket to get work done. And another thing I noticed that if a talent wanted to leave and they already paid for a model, they apparently don't have the rights to the model that they paid for. The company does. And they have to pay the company for the rights if they want to leave. And even if they try to leave without paying anything, the company has sued a VTuber before and won. So it's a catch-22 with these people. You can't win. The Snake Lady saga. Now, this person that we're calling Snake Lady entered the agency with the goal to become a talent, and was even told time and time again that she will be, but ended up being more in a manager position the whole time. Now I could go real deep with Snake Lady, but I'm going to be more broad to not take up too much of your time. Once again, go watch False's video. Basically, the person we know as Snake Lady enters the agency and is given this motto at first. The agency, you know, being fucking scuffed as it is, tells Snake Lady she is going to debut solo without a generation, and that she had 2 weeks to debut under the name Juno Yoriko. She did indeed debut, with it obviously being scuffed, and Aurora pulled the plug. They ended it. They stopped it there. There was only one stream ever from Juno. That's because this model that they gave her was Frankenstein. It's basically an amalgamation of a bunch of other designs, and some even just straight up copied and pasted onto a design. Basically, Juno gets put to rest, and the company asks Snake Lady if she could find candidates for the English branch, and that she will have a new model to debut in a month or so. Let's just say she did not get a new model to debut in a month or so, considering that the new design that she made up herself got leaked, so she couldn't use that shit. This Snake Lady couldn't catch a break. Let's keep it a bean. The company asked if Snake Lady would be willing to join their staff to help with lore, names, and audition. She agrees without discussing pay, which she gotta take a little bit of blame for that one. Like, I would have been like, okay, what you charging though? Like, how much I'm getting paid, you feel me? And they apparently didn't even sign a contract, which is odd. Her time as a manager didn't really pan out too well. And according to the info, I don't really know what else she could have done in this situation. She was the lowest ranked manager, so everything she wanted to change or do, she would need to go to the higher ups for. During audition, she would voice her concerns about some of the talents not matching the model, but the agency basically ignored her and brought those talents on anyway. At this point, they already signed 20 or so talents for the English branch. They told Snake Lady that they are trying to hit 100, quote unquote, trying to be the next Niji Sanji. Okay, that may not be quote unquote. I probably shouldn't say quote unquote for that one. But they're basically trying to become the next Niji Sanji. That's around the words of what they said. Now, I'm not sure how VTube agencies work, like to a T, but I'm pretty sure they don't just sign 100 people at once. That just doesn't fucking make any sense. Things don't stop here though. There were a plethora of other complications. I'm going to list it, but not go into major details, because we'll be here all damn day. Talents didn't get assets or art they requested unless they made over $500 a month. Artwork would be delayed very often, and in worst cases, sometimes mixed up with someone else's. A lack of communication from agency to talent due to the agency not being really good at English, which is something you would want to be good at if you're having an English branch. Talents for some reason didn't debut as gens, in which Snake Lady did push for and made happen. Talents start to realize that the agency doesn't post on social media often, just for the company to come out and say they don't know how social media works, which is fucking insane for a VTuber agency. You would need to know how at least Twitter works, or YouTube. Nigga, pick a poison. It's not that hard. Snake Lady, seemingly trying to help out, she was like, yo, I can help manage the social media as well. And with Snake Lady basically piling on all this responsibility, and the fact that she was the manager, a lot of the talents would voice their frustration towards her, so she always seemed to be the bearer of bad news. And on top of that, Snake Lady was also being a manager free of charge for a fucking while, due to all the issues and a lot of the talents feeling neglected and finding it outrageous that the only way they can talk to the higher ups was through one person. When there was like 30 of them at this point, 5 of the talents dip out, which is valid. I would have dipped out that motherfucker too. Can't blame bro.
Is that just like your fetish? You just like watching weird shit with your parents like that?
ALVR put out an audition for a Vtuber looking to have the next Project Melody, which is a fucking crazy goal. Cause it's like, bro, why is they always trying to jack another nigga shit? The first person ALVR tries to hire wasn't exactly a good person, and Snake Lady knew this and shot it down, and tries to go looking for another non-safe for work talent. At this point, they have like 30 to 40 talents in the English branch, which is way too much, and most of them probably never even debuted. Well, I know most of them didn't fucking debut, but we'll get into that towards the end. I don't know where the timeline is at this point, but they fire Snake Lady and then hire her again a week later. And in the few days she was gone, the agency hires a non-safe for work Vtuber. I'm not talking like Lucy Pie or Lude. I'm talking LXOX Lude. The issue with this is that the person they brought on, they're very open about personal information because she has already been seen, to say the least. And of course, all other talents worried about their privacy after seeing this. And the crazy part is, the person that the YouTuber was replying to in the Discord was a minor, which is weird, because why do you have essentially non-safe for work creators with minors in the same Discord servers? Crazy, because remember this face? Yeah, she was also in Aurora at some point. That doesn't really have anything to add to the story. I just thought it was kind of crazy. At this point, nothing is really working in the English branch, so Aurora fires fucking everybody.
What?
Yep. All the staff got fired. And they said they would never hire anyone that can't come to the office in China, which is weird considering y'all are having a hard time communicating with talents due to the lack of English. So why would you hire a Chinese nigga that probably doesn't know English? I don't know. Snake Lady was allowed to stay on, but only as a talent, which at this point is hard to believe considering it's been like years since she joined the company with the intent to become a talent. At this point, all the talents, well, most of the talents are pissed at the decision to fire the English branch managers, because it was a fucking dumb decision. This kind of set off the, I ain't felt like this in a long time. Yeah, let's just say no one was really fucking with this agency anymore. And, only 2 talents remained with the agency out of like the fucking 40 of them. That being Snake Lady and Lillian, which in the making of this video, Lillian and Yume have both graduated. So, yeah, they're currently rebranding, so I'll link their Twitter in the description. Go show them some love. I'm linking Snake Lady shit in the description too. She's also like, I think she's rebranding or has rebranded, but she will be linked, trust. Lillian does go on to debut and grow a community, while Snake Lady is basically neglected. After requesting to debut in August of this year, the company said her model wasn't done yet. The fuck you mean it ain't done yet? It's been actual years since this point. This of course pisses off Snake Lady since she has understandably gone through a lot of bullshit with this agency and basically got nothing out of it. That's when she decides to leave. And if you're wondering, well, Tokyo, you're showing the Snake Lady model right there. This model that I'm showing wasn't done until October. So she was already gone at that point. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe because a lot of people don't. Hit the notification bell because I do stream here on YouTube. And depending on when you're seeing this, I'm doing Thankmas. So it's a cool time. Slide through, donate, charity. World Central Kitchen is a cool time. And yeah, if you want to support me financially, you can become a YouTube member today by hitting the join button, or go to my Patreon and become a patron, which is also cool. Helps me out a lot. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Remember to check out all the VTubers I've said or mentioned in this video, and also help those out that got out of this company because they deserve the world after going through all that shit. And yeah, that's it for me. Peace.
Give me that drip, ho.